Hi, superstars. It is time for English. Our theme this week is We Are Special. We're talking about the idea that each person is special. What are some things that make us special? Maybe you're a fast runner. That would make you special. Other people might be good listeners, and that makes them special also. There are many different things that make us special. So I want you to think of a few things that makes you special or somebody that you know. We are going to listen to a story about an animal, a duckling, who is special but doesn't feel special. But before we listen, I want to talk about genre. Can you say genre? The genre of this story is a tale. The ugly duckling is a tale, not a tale that's on an animal, but the genre, the type of story. So this is a tale. Many tales have animals as characters. Tales written many years ago have been told over and over again. A tale often teaches a lesson. I wonder what lesson this tale will teach. Listen closely so we can find out.
The Ugly Duckling, based on a tale by Hans Christian Andersen. What do baby ducks look like? How do they act? How are they different from grown-up ducks? Mother duck sat on her eggs. She waited and waited. Suddenly, something moved. The eggs were beginning to hatch. One by one, the ducklings pushed out of their fragile shells. One by one, the ducklings looked at their mother for the first time. Mother duck looked at them too. Most of the ducklings were small, yellow, and fuzzy. But one duckling looked different. That duckling was bigger than the others. His feathers were gray, and his neck was long. "I have never seen a duckling like you, my dear," Mother Duck said. "You are certainly different, but I love you just the same." "Follow me, sweet ducklings," Mother Duck said. Then she hopped in the pond, and the ducklings followed. Mr. and Mrs. Frog saw the ducks swim by. The two frogs were the proud parents of new baby tadpoles. "Mother Duck's new ducklings are as cute as our tadpoles, except for that last one," said Mrs. Frog. "You're right," said Mr. Frog. "That is an ugly duckling." Mother Duck led the ducklings away. She did not want the ducklings to hear what the frog said. But it was too late. The gray duckling had heard the frogs. "Is it true, Mother? Am I an ugly duckling?" he asked. "You are beautiful," Mother Duck said. "You are big and strong, and you will surely do well. I am proud of all my ducklings. Don't listen to those silly frogs." The gray duckling wanted to believe Mother Duck, but it was hard. Everywhere he went, the animals reminded him that he was strange. "What an odd duck," they said. The gray duckling was sad. The other ducklings never invited him to play with them. He was alone. "There must be something wrong with me," thought the gray duckling. "I do not belong." That night, while the duck family was sleeping, the gray duckling quietly wandered away. He floated down a stream. He saw many new places. He gathered information about other animals and the world around him. But this did not help him. He still felt alone. Then one day, he saw a group of beautiful white swans with long necks flying in the sky. What beautiful birds, thought the gray duckling. If only I could fly away, maybe I could find a home where I belong. The air grew chilly as fall came. Then it was winter. The ponds and streams froze. The gray duckling was often hungry and cold. At last, winter became spring. One day, the duckling saw several beautiful white swans splashing in a distant pond. They were the same birds with long necks he had seen flying months before. I want to swim and play too, he thought. I don't want to be alone anymore. The duckling stretched his wings. He felt stronger and bigger than before. Without even trying, he flew into the air. It felt wonderful to fly. The duckling flew to the pond and the white swans gathered around him. I know I am ugly and different, started the duckling. You are not ugly, said one of the swans. You are beautiful. We are here to welcome you. The duckling looked at his reflection in the water, and for the first time he saw that they were right. He was a beautiful white swan, just like them. At last he had found the place where he belonged.
Let's talk about the lesson that this tale was teaching us. Was the ugly duckling really ugly? I don't think he was either. He was a different color from the other ducklings. The other ducklings are yellow. He's not a bright color. He doesn't have fluffy fur or feathers. But that doesn't mean he was ugly, right? He was white or gray, and he was just different. That makes him special. Should others have called him ugly? No, that wasn't very nice. I think that hurt his feelings. The ugly duckling wasn't really ugly, was he? He was a special duck. He was different. He wasn't the same as the other little ducklings, but that didn't make him ugly. That just made him special. He was a different color. He was a little taller. He had a long neck. But even though he didn't think he was special at first, he found out that he was special because he turned into a beautiful swan. So the lesson of this tale is just because you're different doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing because it makes everyone special. So just because you don't look like someone else and you look different, that doesn't mean anything bad. It just means you're special. Now we're going to listen to a poem. Well, let's listen.
Mary wore her red dress. Mary wore her red dress. Red dress, red dress. Mary wore her red dress all day long.
Okay, now what I want you to do is hold your hand up, and for every word I read, I want you to put up one finger. We are going to do sentence segmentation. That means you're going to count the words as I read them. So get your hand up, and for every word I say, hold up one finger. Okay, let's get ready. Mary wore her red dress. How many words did I say? Count your fingers and let's see if you got them all. We said Mary, that's one. Wore, that's two. Her, three. Red, four. Dress, five. I read 5 words. Good job if you got it. Let's try again. Hold your hand up. Red dress, red dress. How many fingers are you holding up? You should have 4 fingers. All right, let's do it one more time. Get ready. All day long. How many fingers do you have? 3 fingers. There are 3 words that I read. All day long. Good job. Now we're going to listen to what the letter B sounds like, and you're going to see how to write the letter B.
Consonant B. The letter B stands for the B sound you hear at the beginning of bat. You can also hear the B sound at the beginning of bed and at the end of cab. This is an uppercase B. This is a lowercase b. This is how to write the uppercase letter B. Straight down, go back to the top, around and in, around and in. This is how to write the lowercase letter B. Straight down, go to the dotted line, around all the way. It's your turn.
So I want you to practice writing the letter B in your writing journal, uppercase and lowercase. Get out your Wonders book and we are going to read a story. Make sure you're holding your book upright so that you can see the pictures and the words correctly. Let's open our book to page 11. I am special. So what do you think this story will be about? Remember, we're talking about things that make us special and how everybody has something special about them. So it might be about how we are special. All right, let's turn the page. This book has no words. So you are going to make the story. So you're going to look at the picture and you're going to think about what this picture is showing you. What is this girl doing on page 12? It looks like she's dancing. So that's something that makes her special. All right, let's look at the next page. What is this boy doing? The boy is juggling. He has 3 balls and he's juggling. That makes him special. Turn the page. What does it look like this girl is doing? She's holding a microphone in her hand. She's singing. So that's something that makes her special. On this page, it shows all 4 kids, and they're all saying thank you. Every kid had something special about them. And that is the end of our story. This is a high frequency word, or We call them sight words also. So this is the first sight word that you're going to learn. Sight words are words that I want you to memorize. I want you to know how to read it just by seeing it. So this word is I. Let's listen to the word.
I,
So the word is I, and how do we spell the word I?
I,
I. So the word I is spelled I. We can use I in a sentence. I see my students. Another sentence would be I am standing up. So this is your first sight word, and this is going to be a spelling word for you also. So I is a word that I want you to know, and I want you to practice writing the word I. Okay, superstars, let's get our Wonders book again, and let's open it to page 8. Okay, we have some new letters here. Let's listen to these letters.
Capital E, lowercase e. Capital F, lowercase f. Capital G, lowercase g. Capital H, lowercase h.
I want you to practice saying each of these letters, and I want you to practice writing these letters in your writing journal. The E says F. Can you say F like in egg? The F says F, F like fire. The G says G like guitar. And the H says like hippopotamus. All right, so practice saying and practice writing those 4 letters, capital and lowercase. All right, here's our high frequency word, I, or we can call it a sight word. Let's read how we use I in a sentence.
I can play.
You see the letter I, but now it's a word because we're using the letter I as a word. I can play. Let's look at the next sentence. Let's listen.
I can skate.
I can skate. So I want you to practice reading those sentences. Make sure you're pointing to each word you read. And I also want you to read this story. Remember, there are no words, so you make up the words as you read. So read or make up, we're not here yet. So you're going to stop over here at the end. All right, so I want you to read that to your mommy or daddy or an older sibling. And until next time, superstars, have a wonderful day. Bye.